Hello students. Students, we will start our new chapter in geography, chapter 13, Inside Our Earth. Students, in the previous chapter we have studied about the components of environment. In this chapter we are going to study about the lithosphere. Students, the lithosphere is the solid crust of rocks on the surface of the earth where we live. The word litho means rock or stone and sphere means domain. The term lithosphere can be described as rock sphere. Interior of the earth. The study of the internal structure of the earth depends upon indirect sources, seismic waves or the earthquake waves. The inner structure of the earth can be compared to an onion. The earth is made up of several layers with one side and another. The uppermost layer of the earth's surface is called the crust, the second layer known as mantle, and the innermost layer is called core. Crust, the uppermost layer of the earth is called crust. It is the most important layer as we live it and perform all the economic activities on it. It is about 35 kilometer thick on the continental mass and 5 kilometer ocean floors. The crust is further divided into two parts, the upper crust and the lower crust. The upper crust made up of silica and aluminium, also known as Cl, and the lower crust made up of silica and magnesium, it's called Seema. Second, mantle. The mantle lies just beneath the crust. It extends up to depth of 2900 kilometers. The mantle is again divided in two parts, upper mantle and lower mantle. It is believed that the mantle has been formed largely of silicate minerals rich in iron and magnesium. This layer is also called astronosphere, the core. It is the deepest and most inaccessible zone of the earth, extending from the lower boundaries of the mantle at the depth of 2900 km to the center of the earth. The core is further divided into two parts, outer core and inner core. The major layer are the metallic minerals like nickel and iron. Due to this core is called NIF. Materials of the earth, rocks and minerals. The material of the crust or lithosphere are generally called rocks. The word lithosphere means rock sphere as the litho means lithos is rock. The earth crust is made up of various types of rocks. Any natural mass of minerals matter that makes up the earth crust is called a rock. Rocks can be different colors, size and textures. Different types rocks form different types of landform. For example, Deccan Plateau is made up of igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks, while Himalaya and northern plains are made up of sedimentary rocks. Types of rocks. The rocks are divided into three broad categories on the basis of their mode of formation. Number 1, igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are formed due to the cooling, solidification and crystallization of molten earth material known as magma and lava. Igneous rocks are also called primary rocks because these originated first rocks during the formation of the upper crust of the earth. The igneous rocks are further divided into two parts, intrusive rocks. When the rising magma during a volcanic activity does not reach the earth's surface and is cooled and solidified below the surface of the earth, the result igneous rocks are called igneous rocks. Second, for example, granite extrusive rocks. When the molten lava cool down and solidify on the earth's surface, then extrusive igneous rocks are formed. These are also called volcanic rocks. Extrusive igneous rocks are generally fine grained or glossy because on the surface lava cool and solidifies quickly due to the extremely low temperature of the atmosphere. For example, basalt is kind of extrusive rock, of which the Deccan Plateau is made up. Sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks, as the word implies, are formed due to aggregation and compactions of sedimentary. Rocks roll down, crack and hit each other and are broken down into small fragments. These smaller particles are called sediments. These sediments are transferred and deposited by wind, water, etc. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layers of rock. Such rocks are called sedimentary rocks. For example, sandstone, which is made of grains of sand. Following characteristics of sedimentary rocks. Number one, these are formed of sediments deserved from the older rocks, plants, animals, and remains. These rocks are stratified or have layers, and therefore fossils are found in these layers. These hold reserves of the cool oil and natural gas. Metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks include rocks that have been changed either in the form of composition without disintegration. Metamorphic rocks means complete alternation in the pre-existing rocks due to change in the minerals composition and texture through high temperature and pressure. Metamorphic rocks are formed due to the change in the form of sedimentary and igneous rock. Sometimes even previously formed metamorphic rocks are again metamorphosed due to great heat and pressure. Slate and marble are the examples of metamorphic rocks. Uses of rocks. Rocks are very useful to us, like these are storehouse of minerals. The hard rocks are used for making road, houses and buildings. Children use stones in several games like seven stone, hopscotch, etc. Rock cycle. Rocks are formed under certain conditions in a cyclic manner. As the water changes its form in nature through the water cycle, the rock also changes their form through the rock cycle. When the molten magma cools, it solidifies to become igneous rocks. The igneous rocks are called parent rocks because other rocks originate from igneous rocks. These igneous rocks are broken down into small particles that are transferred and deposited to form sedimentary rocks. When the igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to high heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat and pressure, melt down to form molten magma. This molten magma can again cool down and solidify into igneous rocks. Okay, student. So, goodbye and take care.